Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Apna Testing Classes. Today we are going to discuss about regression testing. You can see the document whatever I have prepared. So this is basically related to the regression testing. So today we are going to discuss what is regression testing, and we are going to understand why, after seeing this chart, like how exactly we are defining which all test cases will be our regression test cases and which all are the functional test cases. And then we are going to discuss about the types of regression testing. Then like regression testing is often performed in which all scenarios, so that also we are going to discuss. Then I'll give you a real time example which you guys can relate it. After seeing this example, you can relate that, like what exactly the regression testing is. And also we are going to discuss about what are the benefits of regression testing. So let's get started. Uh, First, we are going to discuss about what is regression testing. I'll tell you the definition first, and then I'll try to explain you that definition as well, so that it will be easy for you guys to understand it. Okay. Regression testing, it is like a testing that unchanged feature of any application. We are going and making sure that changes, or like whatever changes we are going to do it in the in our existing feature, like adding, deleting, or modification, like any kind of changes. So those changes will not go and make any impact on the unchanged feature in any of the application. Okay. Here you can see, so this is an unchanged feature. Let's suppose this is one, I can say, feature 2. Okay. This is a feature 2, and we did some changes, like we added something, we deleted something, we did something modification, and we did some defect fixes in feature 1. And if all these four did not made any changes in feature 1, okay, so that is basically called a regression testing. Okay. So now let's come to this chart, and I will try to understand how exactly it works. Okay. Here you can see in the chart, like these all are the version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4. These, let's suppose, these all are the builds. Okay. And in each and every build there are features. So in version 1 we are like developer has given a build, feature 1 build. And then in version 2 they have given a feature 2 build, which version 3 they have given a feature 3 build, and version 4 they have given a feature 4 build. Okay. Here we'll try to understand what is this v1 and f1. Yeah, like v1 and f1 we understood what is this. And then we'll see. So let's suppose there is a version 1, and dev team has given a one feature. That feature name is feature f1. And as a testing team, we did our functional, like we created our functional test cases. Let's suppose 100 test cases we have created for this feature 1. Okay. And while doing functional testing, we got 10 defect in this particular feature 1. Now as like we are working in agile methodology, so like anyway we have the sprint, right? In our first sprint, we got the feature 1. Again, like after maybe a week or 15 days, we are going to get the another feature, right? Let's suppose whatever defect we have got in the feature 1, so those defect dev team has told, like they are going to give those defect fix in the feature 2, like when they will be deploying the feature 2, like version 2 build, when they will be giving that time, they will be giving fixes of fixes from feature 1. Okay. So on that case, what we have to do is, like in here you can see, this is the feature 1, this is the new feature which they are going to give it in the version 2 build. And on that time, our feature 1 test cases will be the regression test cases for version 2 build. Okay. So that is what here you can see. So like let's suppose in version 2, feature 2, we have created 80 functional test cases. Okay. And also it will be having 100 functional regression test cases. Why it is regression test cases? Because these test cases we already did our testing in the version 1 code, version 1 build basically. So that's why these test cases we are not going and doing a functional testing. Instead of that, whatever test case we have created in feature 1, those test cases we are going to do a functional regression testing now in the version 2, in the version 2 build. Got it? Same way in the version 3 as well, in the version 4 as well. Version 3, the feature 3 will be the new feature, and the feature 2 and feature 1 test cases will be the your regression test cases. And in the feature 4, again feature 4 will be the new feature, and the feature 3, feature 2 and feature 1, these all test cases will be your regression test cases. Now jump to the types of regression testing. So whenever we are doing regression testing, so basically and or majorly we will be having three type of regression testing. So one is unit regression testing, another one is the regional regression testing, and the full regression testing. So now let's try to understand when we are going to do a unit regression testing, when we are going to do a regional regression testing, and when we are deciding that we have to do a full regression testing. So, to understand this unit regression testing, let me give you an example. Let's take an example of LinkedIn. Okay. So, in LinkedIn login page, what all things will be there? First, it will be a username, then password, and the login button, right? So, let's suppose when we got the requirement that time, in our initial requirement, client has defined we in the username text field we need 5 to 20 character. Okay, and in password they decided like we need 6 to 10 character, and login button it will be normal normal login button only, and like as it is like how the normal button will be. And later on client has decided no, in the username text field I don't need only 5 to 20 character, instead of that I need now 3 to 30 character. Okay. So and the password field there is no changes, and login button there is no changes. Okay. So that time, like as you can see, this is a very small changes. Instead of 5 to 20 character, they are asking us to make some modification in the text field area, and that too just we have to increase the length of that text field. Now we have to make it like any user can give at minimum three letters in the username, and maximum would be the 30 letters. So in this scenario, what we'll do, in this scenario we'll do a unit regression testing. Why? Because the impact is very less. Most of the time these kind of changes will not impact your login functionality. It will be only and specific, it will be only and only restricted to your username text box. So here you have to do all the testing, whatever testing you wanted to do you have to do here only. So here mostly we used to do the boundary value analysis. So now after make these changes, what we'll be doing, we'll be doing some boundary value analysis. We'll try to give 3 character, we'll try to give 10 character, we'll try to give 30 character, we'll try to give 29 character, we'll try to give 31 character. So all these scenarios, positive and negative scenarios, we are going to test till 3 to 30. Your test case should get passed, and if it is less than 3 or if it is more than 30, then it should get failed. So this is what the testing we are going to do. So on that time we used to do the unit regression testing, where what we used to do, whatever testing or whatever test cases we are going to check which is related to your only this small changes feature, changes feature, like username feature was impacted, so we just did our testing in related to this particular feature, or like this particular text box. So this is about the unit regression testing. So on in this case we used to do the unit regression testing. Now let's try to understand regional regression testing. What is regional regression testing? So for regional regression testing, I have taken a one example of Facebook. Okay, so everyone is aware of this application, right? The Facebook, and most of like almost every person is using it right now, like nowadays, right? So let's suppose in Facebook there is a functionality called upload. Okay, and they are allowing it, like client has in their initial requirement, client told in the upload functionality you have to allow only 1 MB file, and file type should be only JPEG. Okay, and then uh, what they did, they have updated their requirement and they made it now you have to upload minimum 3 MB file, and also you can upload .jpg file, .png file, or whatever files will be there related to the picture or images. Okay, so this is the changes which now they have asked us to do. Okay, so add photo code. So normally whatever changes we are doing, this is related to photo, right? So whenever we are uploading any photo or any picture, so that time if we are going to do changes in their file size or type of the file, it will get impacted all the places where in Facebook we are using photos. Like let's suppose if you wanted to see add photo, so add photo code will be always same, and we are using the same code each and every places. So wherever we are add or update the photo in Facebook, all those places will be getting impacted. So where all places we are adding or updating the photos, like news feeds are there, there also we are updating of photos. In the pages in Facebook also we are updating or adding the photos. Then let's suppose if you wanted to add or update photo in groups, so that also you can do. So all these places will be the impacted area, right? So here, because of these changes done in the add photo functionality, it may impact the above mentioned all these places, like newsfeed, it may impact pages in Facebook, it may impact groups. So like whenever you are going live, maybe that time also, if you are uploading any photos, so maybe it will go and impact, like affect that area as well. So because of all these things, we have to do the regional regression testing. So regional regression testing means, like, let's suppose there is a feature called feature 2. In this particular feature, what we did, like we did one changes which is impacting lot many, like 3 4 modules, like 3 4 modules which is related to this. So what we have to do, we have to do an impact analysis, we have to analyze it, what all areas are impacted because of these changes. So that is what, like, because of these changes, because of these changes, these all places are impacted, right? These all places are impacted. So what we have to do, we have to do a regression testing for all these places. We have to check, like, whatever changes we did here in the upload requirement, this should not get affected all these places, right? News feed, page in Facebook or group, these places should not get affected because of these changes. So that time we'll do a impact analysis, because of that changes feature, what all areas are getting impacted, and we'll do a regional regression testing. So the changes thing we have to check, and the impacted areas we have to check. Okay, now moving to the full regression testing. So whenever tester is going and doing changes, like multiple changes, multiple feature changes. So let's suppose in your project or in your application, there are 5 modules. Okay, and dev team did some changes because of the requirement change. They did some changes in 3 or 4 modules. So on that time, instead of going and wasting time in finding the impacted areas and all, so instead of that, what we'll be doing, we will be going and we'll be doing a full regression test case, full regression testing. So why we are doing, because, like, as we have a 5 module, and in 3 or 4 module we did some changes, right? And because of that 3 or 4 module changes, anyway we have to check all these 3 or 4 modules. Along with that, only one module which is there, which like dev team, they did not did any changes, right? So now, instead of going and finding the impact analysis on that particular one module, what is the use of wasting time on that, right? So instead of that, on those scenarios, we used to do the full regression testing. Now coming to the regression testing is often performed in the which all scenarios, basically. So this we have already discussed right here. If any new feature will be getting added, so here also, though, that is only mentioned here. When an existing feature received a new update, when a new feature is added to a product, when code fixed to remove bug, when code is optimized to enhance the performance. Okay, like sometime we used to do optimization, code optimization, so that time also we have to check. Then all when alterations are made in the configuration, sometime in configuration page we used to do some alteration, so that time also we have to perform our regression testing. And also when patches updates are launched to the software code, so sometime we used to do some patches update, right, in our code. So that time also we have to do one round of regression testing. Now let's take an example of a regression testing. So this example is very interesting. So this example also you guys can relate it, you guys can like, because the example whatever I have taken, that example is basically a WhatsApp application example, and everyone is using this WhatsApp application. And most of the person is knowing WhatsApp when WhatsApp got launched, right? So very initial time when WhatsApp got launched, so that time they don't have a video call and calling video call feature basically, right? They only have the message feature. You can text it, you can share photos, you can send photos and all. So uh, hmm. Before like remember when like after that they have introduced a feature called video calling, right? So when they have introduced this feature, so before deploying this update, the QA team must have, like, whenever they have deployed these update, like yeah, whenever they did these changes, so QA team did their regression testing to ensure that the existing functionalities are remain working as expected, and those mm, available available areas or available feature has did not affected because of these new changes, whatever new changes we have they have did, like video calling feature, right? So mm, these are the regression scenarios which they would have been performed that time. Like the scenarios where, like, they would run a regression test and check the messaging functionality. Like, because of this video calling feature, their existing functionality called message functionality should not get impacted. This testing they would have did. Then they would have did check that, like, user can still create, manage, interact and contact in the group. Like, these all are the existing feature, right? Like, they can interact particular or specific contacts, they can create a group, and they can chat in a group. So those features they would have been already tested. Then new contact creation, new group chat creation, sending message, these things should not get impacted. So that also will be there in their regression testing. Then they would have been verified that user can still share various media type. Like, we used to send, like earlier also we used to send the photos, right? Like some photos, if you wanted to share that also we can share. Some document, if you wanted to share, you can share those documents. So those areas also they would have been already checked, because this changes is a major change, right? Because this is something like complete new feature they have implemented, as we discussed. Like, if some added to the new feature is added to the product, so this is the new feature which got added to that particular WhatsApp product. So that's why whatever existing functionality, so here mostly you can see the full regression testing they have already performed. So everywhere they have tested, like verified user can still share various media type, and that they have confirmed that user receives notification for the message promptly. So, like, whenever you are getting messages in the WhatsApp, you used to get some notifications, right? So those, that also they would have been already checked. And they would have thoroughly tested a new video calling feature. Anyway, like, whatever this feature they have implemented, they would have did a thorough testing on that. Like, video calling feature is working as expected or not, people can add video calling or not. Same way you can relate. Like, this is a recent change, right? Earlier, only one person, with one person only you can do the video calling. The same thing, like, they did some change, they implemented one new feature which is group video calling, right? So, like, 4 or 5 people can club together and they can do a video call. So that is recent changes. Like, I think a year or 1.5 year back they did this implementation. So most of the people have already remember that. So those are the changes. Like, that is something, a new feature itself, not new feature, like, that is an enhanced feature on the existing video call feature. So that is an example of that mm, existing feature receive a new update. So video call is the existing feature, and the group video call is the a new update on that existing feature. So that scenario also, most of the time you have to do a regression testing. And maybe in this time, instead of going and doing all the changes, because we did already, we did a full regression testing when we implemented this new feature. Now in the new feature, we just implemented one more extra additional feature called a group calling, group video calling. So mostly here we can do a regional regression testing, because we can identify the impacted areas now, because as we have already tested and we knows now we know because of this video call functionality what all are the impacted areas. So it will be easy to identify the impacted area, and we can decide it, and based on that we can do our regional regression testing. Now the last topic what we have to discuss, that is like what are the benefits of regression testing. So why everyone, why like in each and every company they are very much behind to that regression testing. Like whenever a QA will go sign up, it will not it always be a not like they are doing the functional testing and they are going and giving a sign up, right? So they will be doing regression testing, and the regression sign up will be there along with the functional sign up, right? So why we are doing that? Because the reason behind to that is software stability. So when we are doing a regression testing, that means we are going and we are checking, because of these new changes our existing functionality does not get affected. So that's why we used to see that like our software is now stable. Now early defect detection. So sometime, like if you not do a regression testing, and if you like, let's suppose you have a 5 module, and what you did, like in the fifth module you just tested your fifth module, and you did not did any regression for your module 1 2 3 4 module till module 4. So on that time there are chances you may slip some defect because of these changes in the module 5, right? So that time those defects will get caught in the production. So instead of finding or getting defect in production, if we'll do a regression testing, we'll get a early defect detection. Instead of production, we would have been already got the same defect in our regression testing only. So that will help you that like before going live only you can go and you can fix that defect, so that it will not get caught in your production environment. Then the software, it will basically enhance the quality, software quality. Like if there will be less number of bug, if your product is stable, your application is stable, then definitely your software quality will get enhanced, right? And then it reduces the risk of software failure. Again, like it will reduce your failure, same thing. Like it will not, like most of the time if we did our regression testing, then there are very less chances of getting a regression defect, right? Then increased user satisfaction. And yeah, this is the one and most common thing, which is like satisfaction. A tester, whenever tester is going and giving a sign off, that means he is completely satisfied with that particular product, saying that okay, now my product is working fine, I have tested all these things. So if that tester will do a regression testing, then definitely he is going to get a confidence, saying that okay, whatever testing I have did now, and I have already checked it, because of these new changes my existing functionality is not getting impacted. I did a regression testing, now I have a full satisfaction on this, and now I can give a QA sign off. So this is what the benefit of testing, the benefit of this regression testing. So I hope you all would have been already you all would have been understand this regression testing, why exactly we are doing this regression testing. So to see related to these testing videos, please do like my channel, subscribe my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you guys can get the notification in my upcoming videos. Yeah, thank you for watching this.